Hi everyone, I am Aisha Sambilad. Today, I'll be your legal guide as we explore Rule 117 or Motion to Quash. A motion to quash is a formal request made by the accused before pleading, asking the court to dismiss the case because there is something wrong with the complaint or information. Section 1. Time to move to quash. At any time before entering his plea, the accused may move to quash the complaint or information. Under Section 2, Form and Contents, the motion to quash shall be in writing, signed by the accused or his counsel, and shall distinctly specify its factual and legal grounds. The court shall consider no ground other than those stated in the motion, except lack of jurisdiction over the offense charged. Section 3. Grounds. The accused may move to quash the complaint or information on any of the following grounds. A. The facts charged do not constitute an offense. B. The court has no jurisdiction over the offense. C. The court has no jurisdiction over the person of the accused. D. The officer who filed the information had no authority. E. The information does not conform substantially to the prescribed form. F. More than one offense is charged or duplicity. G. The criminal liability has been extinguished. H. The information shows a legal excuse of justification. I. Or the last is double jeopardy exists. Section 4 of this rule, amendment of the complaint or information. If the motion to quash is based on an alleged defect of the complaint or information which can be cured by amendment, the court shall order that an amendment be made. Section 5. Effect of sustaining the motion to quash. If the motion to quash is granted, the case is dismissed, but the prosecution may file a new information. Section 6. Order sustaining the motion to quash not a bar to another prosecution. Exemption. An order sustaining the motion to quash is not a bar to another prosecution for the same offense unless the motion was based on the grounds specified in Section 3, Paragraph G and I of this rule. Section 7. Effect of waiver. Based on the Section 7 of this rule, the accused waives all objections not raised in the motion to quash except lack of jurisdiction over the offense, failure to charge an offense, and double jeopardy. Section 8. Provisional dismissal. A case shall not be provisionally dismissed except with the express consent of the accused and with notice to the offended party. The provisional dismissal of offenses punishable by imprisonment not exceeding 6 years of a fine of amount or both shall become permanent 1 year after issuance of the order without the case having been revived. With respect to the offenses punishable by imprisonment of more than 6 years, the provisional dismissal shall become permanent 2 years after issuance of the order without the case having been revived. Section 9. Failure to move to quash or to allege any ground, therefore. The failure of the accused to assert any ground of a motion to quash before he pleads to the complaint or information, either because he didn't file a motion to quash or failed to allege the same in said motion, shall be deemed a waiver of any objections based on the ground provided in paragraphs A, B, G, and I of Section 3 of this rule. To wrap it up, Rule 117 ensures fairness by allowing the accused to question the validity of the case before trial. Remember, knowing your right is the first step to defending them.